This is the part where I push buttons. How you guys doing? Welcome once again to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, as we jaunt into another fine episode. And we got a lot to cover tonight, obviously. I forgot to start the ghost radar. Let me do that. Time really got away from me tonight. It was just really crazy. I had 45 minutes left, and then suddenly I look up, I had 5 minutes left. I was like, wait a minute. But that's pretty common for me. Time management isn't one of my strengths, but anyway, we got here just a couple minutes behind, I guess 3 minutes. Not too bad. We kind of started the ball rolling. So, happy Friday, of course. I don't know if all of you are on extended vacation due to the holidays or not, but if you are, then it's Friday no matter how you cut it. But if not, you are on your weekend, and God bless you. Hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing pretty good. It's been one of those days where I've been disheveled, going a lot of different directions. For once, I'm not missing anything, says Vampire Man. I hear you. I'm still waiting for that day where I'm not missing something. But I hear you. Topic, Steve Biff Saunders, the topic is always paranormal. It's Paranormal Portal. And it's these live streams are a variety of topics. We don't ever just do a topic. We do a lot of topics because I don't want to miss part of my audience just because I covered a topic they're not as interested in. So I cover several topics to hopefully hit a lot of high points for people to stick around and be a part of the show. Hello, BJ Lapeer. And, we don't have to wait tonight because I am joined by the big branch himself. Mr. Sheldon Thomas is already in the house. So let's bring him on. How you doing, Sheldon?
Doing good. It feels good to have these holiday seasons being off of work. Oh, it's my favorite part of the holidays is not working.
Yeah. No, I got you. I totally can. Oh, Jesus, I'm moving all kinds of wrong shit here. Stuff. Sorry. I ended up speaking French suddenly, Sheldon. Well, I heard that's Whoa. French. That's what I've heard. Anyway. Hopefully, we're going to have a good show, though, tonight. Sheldon, anything going on for you, or what's new?
Oh, the usual, drinking my glass Mexican Cokes, really enjoying the taste.
You just live for that, don't you? Just to be a dick to me. You just, I'm your father. You should respect me a little bit somewhere in this chemistry.
Man, it's too bad you guys don't have a Costco over there.
Do actually. It's in Coeur d'Alene, just south of here. It's not in the same town, but it's achievable.
Well, next time I'm up there, I can use my Costco card and buy a pack.
I have a Costco card too, so yeah.
Oh, well, you're not deprived then. It's your fault.
No, it's just I didn't get the gift this year, so I don't try to drink much soda anymore because I try to drink mostly water, but there's nothing like the glass Cokes. That's for sure.
Just like you used to say when I was younger, what's the number one ingredient in Coke?
What is it?
Water.
I did used to say that, didn't I?
You did.
The wisdom of age. All these wisdoms. That's true. Got to drink more water. Have another Coke.
Yeah,
there you go. That's true. It's just all the sugary stuff isn't is good for me anymore. My body betrayed me. But I've been thinking, and I'm kind of curious what you guys think. So I've been thinking of another segment for the show, and I think I got a good idea. However, I think I'm going to do a poll. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we'll just do a test run. Well, not tonight because I'm not quite ready for it, but I think I have an idea of what we're going to do for a fourth segment. So we do the news, we do the what the hell is that, and then we do the cryptid corner. But I was like, what's the one thing we're not really touching? And I thought, well, strange phenomena. We don't do much of that on the show. So I thought I would do a segment dedicated to strange phenomena, probably following the news. And that could include time slips, Mandela effects, space anomalies, all of the weird stuff that doesn't fit into the other categories real easily. It's stuff we've covered on the show in the history of the show. But I'm kind of curious, what you guys think. What do you think of adding a segment dedicated to strange phenomena on these live streams? Do you guys like that idea or not? If you would, give me a 1 in chat if you like that idea. That would be a good inclusion. Or give me a 0 if you don't like it much. I'm kind of curious where you guys sit with this.
I love that idea.
What's that?
I love that idea. Because me especially, well, just personally me, of course, I love the Mandela effect and time slips because it's maybe we're a little biased, but even we've experienced those things.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think I think all of us have experienced some form of the Mandela effect. Like something's changed and it doesn't make sense. And there's new ones all the time. So I like that idea. So looks like pretty universally, both in Rumble and YouTube, people are liking that idea. Strange phenomena. Yeah, what do you think? Isn't all of the paranormal strange phenomena? Well, yeah, I suppose it is. But I'm speaking of more of the stuff that doesn't fit into the ghosts, UFOs, aliens, or cryptozoology. And it's the rest of the stuff that's kind of, the time slips, the Mandela effect. There's so many. Deja vu even could be paranormal in a sense. Or, any of them. And NDEs could be another one. Astral projection could be another one. So it's just things like that I think would be fun to cover and to make it into a segment because, of course, there's a whole bucket of things. Yes, exactly, Steve. Steve Biff Saunders says, I remember the cornucopia for the Fruit of the Loom. Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
And now it's just never been there, apparently. So that's a great example. So I think we'll do a segment going forward. I've been working on it a little bit today. I've been doing some research and finding some sources for some great information. And yeah.
Have you ever, going into deja vu, I'm actually curious for you and the chat, but have you ever had that deja vu where it's not just that it's like, oh, I've been here before. This is so familiar. It's like I dreamt this or I had this exact experience. But you also could predict what was about to happen next. Like it's like deja vu plus, kind of thing.
I know that I've certainly had the experiences of like going somewhere for the very first time and being like, I know this place. This is very, very familiar to me. And that I've experienced, but I can't tell you that I've ever experienced not only do I know it, but here's what happens now. And then it happens. Now, I can't go that far personally, but I've certainly been to places that's like, why does this really feel familiar? Why do I know this place? And, it's cool, but yeah. The Unknown says, I know what you mean, Sheldon. I did only once.
I think there's only been like maybe 1 or 2 times myself in my life where I was like, oh yeah, and then this happens, and then it did. Yeah. And it was like it wasn't anything crazy or major, but it was just something small, like someone with a red shirt walks in, or, something like that's like, oh, then it happens.
Yeah. Something right out of the Matrix movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't recall anything anyway. I can't say it never happened, but I don't recall anything specifically as I'm thinking about it. But I've literally had, since I've been an adult, a lifetime of so many different experiences. And I'm sure I'm forgetting more than I'm ever going to remember just because they happen all the time. And it's not like just, everything's paranormal. I really don't look at things that way because I really do look at things very logically. And I do really try to debunk everything because I don't want to be an idiot and believe in something that's really not happening. Like that to me is important. Like if I'm gonna get excited about something, I got to be able to really certify it, at least in my own head, that whatever just happened is not explainable. I can't explain it, So I'm not one of those guys like, ooh, do you see that light on the wall that didn't happen from the car that just drove by? It's an orb. Yeah. I'm not one of those people. So anyway, that's coming up. Check your email later, Brent. Sent you a New Year's present. Oh, thank you, brother.
Oh.
I appreciate that. I'll check it later. But I just like the idea of covering that stuff because we don't give it enough time and attention on the shows. And it's certainly topics that I'm going to cover more on the podcast in more of my narration style. I love in the podcast doing interviews because I love talking to people and hearing about their experiences and discussing them with them. But I also like doing these narration episodes as well. It's turned out to be really fun and really creative, and I've gotten great feedback from them. So if you enjoy those, please let me know, because I'm looking at some options and ideas for the future of the shows, both live and the podcasts. So your input is always appreciated, guys. So thank you. I just want to throw it out there quick as just a preliminary little poll, see what you guys think, because it literally is something that occurred to me just a few hours ago, and I was like, I like that idea. I think that'll track really well and give us a lot of stuff to talk about that we don't talk about enough on the shows. So thank you all for the feedback and for voting quick with me. I appreciate that. Yep. Barbara says, I do think it would be a good inclusion. Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Dog Digger came in. Good to see you. And Dog Digger's saying hi to you, Sheldon, over in Rumble.
Hi.
Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in, all of you. Why don't we do, let's see. I guess we could do shout-outs. Yeah, we got several people. Now where it looks like we got up to 50 on YouTube already. It's climbing. We're getting more and more. And there's several. I'll do the Rumble ones. It's Barbara Mora, Car Juice, and Barbara Mora again, then Car Juice again, then Dog Digger. So 3 of you over in Rumble so far, but there's other people watching on Rumble, just not chatting. And that's okay. You don't have to chat to be a part of the shows. Watch and experience it however you like. But all we can do is say hello to the chatters, because that's the only names we can draw from to say, oh, thanks for coming. If you want to shout out, say something in the chats. Sheldon, who's here on the YouTubes?
Well, let's find out. Oh no. I accidentally exited. There it is. Okay. I actually pressed the X button and closed the chats.
It's okay. That's okay.
And now it's loading. I won't be able to read it.
All right. Well, I'll get busy and do that. What do you got a bad connection?
I don't know why.
Little doggy. I got you. Let's do this. Stretch this window out and let's have a look at who's here. I see some people are saying hi, so they'll get noticed. All right. So far, we got 420 Man from the West, Andy Manuel, Aussie Boss Tigers here, BJ Lapierre, author and illustrator, of course, Bano from Oz, Chris Jarvis. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you, brother. Good to see all of you. I don't mean to single out any one person above any of you, the rest of you. I love seeing all of you. Chucky Danger's here. Chucky, there's a conference going to be happening up in BC. Dave Scott is actually putting it on. So I'm going to be coming up for that. So you got to be there next September. Just saying. Dale Atkinson is there. Deborah Neighbors is here. Elaine Clifford is here. John Stevenson. JoJo is here. Josie is here. Karen Alberding is here. Names are actually disappearing, so keep talking because the list is shrinking on me because I took too long. Karen Alberding is here. Lori Gibbs is here. Michelle Wolfong is here. Nathan Nate is here. Oh, now it grew. Damn it. What happened? John Stevenson popped in. I see that one. I'm in trouble.
Nathan
Nate popped in. Good to see you. Planet X87 is here. How you doing? Rachel gets it right, of course. The Unknown is here. Wizard Moon and Yeshua. 24 Vampire Man popped up on the feed as well.
Yes.
I'm just looking to see if anybody else. I can't.
420 Man from the West.
420 Man from the West. There it is. I think that's everybody. But great to see you all. Thank you all for coming in. We're at the first part of the show. Generally speaking, we keep picking up people up until like the second hour. I don't know how it works. I know there's a lot of shows on. Hopefully you guys came from Lon's show. I saw Barbara Mora was over there. And I saw Jose was over there, but he's not quite here. Oh, is Jose not here? No. That's 10 demerits because I know he's out there. So anyway, I hope you're supporting Lon. And after the show, after the Paranormal Portal, of course, head over and check out Dave Scott. He's going to be live on Spaced Out Radio tonight. So don't miss that either. That is always wonderful. So let's see what the hell's going on. We're going to get to the news, I guess, next. What do you think, Sheldon? You ready for some news?
I'm ready for some news.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the news. All right, we're going to get to the news now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the news. Here we go. We go. Steve Biff Saunders. It's working. Sorry, I went full Porky Pig there. Steve Biff Saunders. It's working. I just wanted to tell you it's working. He did testing in the YouTube chat because he moved from Facebook over. Good to see you. I forgot to say hello to any of you guys over on Facebook and X as well as Twitch. I haven't seen anybody other than Steve Biff Saunders messaging, but hello to all of you guys as well. All right. This is the news. Oh, Elaine Clifford remembered.
Elaine, welcome again.
42 months, dude. She's been with me 42 months as a member of this channel. Wow. Thank you, Elaine. That's so cool. I really appreciate that. Papa Porky Pig. Yeah, that's about what it's like sometimes. Yep. There's all kinds of noise in my head. Thank you, Elaine, for being a member and continuing to remember. I appreciate it. Let's do the news. This is, of course, the Paranormal Portal News Desk, where we explore news and happenings around the world. And not all of it's paranormal. In fact, a lot of it isn't, but it's interesting and hopefully entertaining. So I always try to find fun articles or interesting things that we can cover and talk about. Some of it is paranormal or supernatural Fortean topics. Some of it's not, but hopefully you enjoy it all the same. And remember, we utilize a lot of different sites throughout the course of these shows. Please support these sites. These sites are absolutely freaking incredible. I mean, they're the best out there by far. So please give them your love, give them your traffic and attention, because we don't want them to go anywhere. These are amazing sites, and I want them to keep their lights on. So, all right. Oh, Nate rolling in with the 10 Canadian donation.
Whoa.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Happy freaking New Year.
Let's get this Friday night started.
Let's get it going. That's
oh, right. Yeah. God, my Lord. Speaking of which, happy New Year, guys. Oh, my Lord. Forgot to say anything about that. Hopefully everybody's doing great and had a great New Year as well.
Yeah, they did. They all told me they did. No, they didn't tell me. I'm just trying to speak for everybody. But that was very nice of you. Okay. Well, let's get to the first news stories of the night. We're going to do a few of them. So let's start exploring the news. Here we go with the first one. It's actually an update of some kind on the 3i Atlas. I don't know what we're expecting here because it comes from the scientific community. So I'm not expecting much. But anyway, let's check it out from unexplained-mysteries.com. Let me turn on Sheldon's zoom camera. Kind of. Shoot. That's framed horribly, but don't move. Don't do anything. I'm going to frame it better. Here we go. And here we go. Okay. Now you're framed up on the screen just fine, Sheldon.
Excellent.
We're together on the screen. All right. This is scientists published findings of new hunt for alien technology on 3i Atlas.
Ooh.
What happened to it's just a comet? Why is it not just a comet? Now they're going to renew their efforts to look for alien technology on there. What the hell?
The narrative changes.
5 minutes ago, it was just a comet. It looks like a comet. It's doing comet things. So it must be a comet. And now they're going to look for new stuff. Yeah. Is it budget time at NASA?
Need more money.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Yep. I think it is. It must be budget time.
Doesn't Red Bull fuel them?
What?
Doesn't Red Bull fund NASA as well?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I swear
I would love to see a freaking rocket go up from NASA that has a big Red Bull sticker on it. That would just make me laugh. Get her done. There you go. Well, let's check out this article and see what it says. The new observations were made back in December using the 100-meter Green Bank telescope in West Virginia. Last year's speculation was rife over whether 3I Atlas was an interstellar object that has been speeding through our solar system, really is a mere comet, or it could be an artificially constructed alien spacecraft. On December 18th, researchers at the Breakthrough Listen program recorded the most sensitive radio observations to date just before the object reached its closest approach to Earth. There is currently no evidence to suggest that ISOs, or interstellar objects, thank you, we need another freaking acronym.
Oh, another one.
Let's have more.
Of course.
That's how they justify budgets. Well, we call them ISOs now. Are anything other than natural astrophysical objects, the study authors wrote. However, given the small number of such objects known, only 3 to date, and the plausibility of interstellar probes as technosignature, thorough study is warranted. Yeah. The goal of this particular study was to look for evidence of narrow-band radio signals owing to their transmission efficiency and tendency to endure over very long distances through space. To begin with, the researchers picked up 471,000 candidate signals, but as these were filtered out, only 9 potential candidates remained. Sadly, a further analysis revealed these to be cases of radio frequency interference, not alien signals. The results echo those of multiple other observations of 3I Atlas over the last few months, and currently seem to put any idea that the object is an alien spacecraft to bed. Oh, that's what it was. It was just the final. No, we looked. We really did. Yeah. No, you didn't. You looked, but you're not telling us what you found. Our survey concludes that there are no isotropic continuous wave transmitters above 0.1 watt at the location of 3I Atlas, the study authors concluded. So is this truly the end of the idea that the objects such as 3I Atlas could be alien spacecraft? Perhaps for now, but if this curious interstellar interloper really was an alien observation platform, it would be reasonable to suggest that any signals it did happen to be sending out could also have been deliberately masked from us. Good point. That's a good point. That source was phys.org. Now, I will say this. It's an incredible kind of hubris, I think, for us to presume that, well, they must be using radio waves because that's what we use.
That's what I was thinking too. Like that's like trying to use 1800s technology to figure out what we can do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, really just we use radio waves and that's the best radio wave for long distance space talking. That must be what everybody would come to the conclusion of. No, maybe they're using something quantum. Maybe they're using something else, some other, spatial tunneling effect to send information back and forth. We just don't know. We don't know anything about what they could be using or how their technology evolved in their experience. They didn't necessarily have to follow the same flow chart that we did here on Earth. These are just things people stumbled into here. It doesn't mean that's the way it works everywhere. No, it doesn't.
You're talking about a civilization that's potentially hundreds or thousands of years ahead of us.
Yeah.
And there have been no inventions, breakthroughs that, come on. At least have it open that, like, it's still possible. We don't know. Not all we concluded, meaning it is for sure not this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. I don't get it. It's a glorious example of, well, we didn't find our stuff out there. It's like, okay. But anyway, you keep looking for radio signals. How's that working?
That would be like, yeah, like I said, 1800s, people trying to intercept mail when we're using radio signals,
or intercepting email with
using what?
Yeah, they're trying to intercept email when we're using wireless technology, and they're using telegraphs.
Yes,
it's like that same kind of technology gap. That's the same kind of technology gap. If we're trying to look at what and how some super advanced civilization is talking, do you think people in the 1800s would have thought, well, I bet you they're able to electronically transmit without wires? And no, they wouldn't. They were stuck in like telegraph lines.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, good that they at least look for something, but I think it's more of the same. Just because they say it's so, then it's so. That way they hang on to their mantle of, we know this stuff. You guys don't need to look at other sources because we know. So I think it also serves to attempt to reestablish their stranglehold on reality, that science really endeavors for. Like, no, this other stuff isn't real. What we say is real. And that,
Yeah. Oh God. As far as intelligence goes, it could be the comparison between humans and apes.
yeah, very true. Very true. So, I mean, these statements are extraordinarily bold. They're extraordinarily short-sighted, and they're extraordinary arrogant. Extraordinary arrogance. Wow.
Yeah.
Who knows how their technology evolved and where, how they figured things out. It doesn't have to be the same way we did it. So there you have it. That's the first article. More of the same. I like the ones that Avi Loeb puts out. Those are more fun. Avi Loeb is the guy. But so let's get to the next article because there's more. And the next article is from Archaeology and History. This is Unexplained Mysteries Top 10 for 2025. We've been doing these lately. These are fun.
Wes.
What do you say? Don't challenge Sheldon to dogfighting, planes, and war thunder. He will give you nothing but take from you everything. Don't grease his ego like that publicly.
Oh, thank you, Wes. Oh man, that feels good.
Oh no. Yeah. He's a little beast. You are a beast on that damn thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. That wasn't it was good. I'm proud of you. You excel. But you get, your generation is just genetically encoded for games. You guys are just so much ahead. I mean, Wes and my generation was the first generation of games. So, we do better than obviously our forebears, but man, your generation, you were born with freaking electronics in your hands.
Hey, you created this monster.
I did. I'm proud of the monster I created. Don't get me wrong, but it's true.
That was still really fun, though.
It was
still fun.
It was really fun. All right, let's go to the next one. This one has to do with archaeology and history from unexplained-mysteries.com. Again, the top 10 Unexplained Mysteries, top 10 archaeology stories of 2025. It's time to take a look back at the most popular. Did you hear me go full puberty on that one? It's time.
I heard it. Oh, yeah.
It's time to take a look back at the most popular historical mysteries and discoveries of the last 12 months. Number 10, who built the Great Pyramid? Inscriptions offer fresh clues. New findings have offered up a clear picture of who built the last remaining ancient wonder of the world. I guess there's a link. You guys want to check it out? I don't know. I mean, okay, I guess we could check that out. I'm kind of curious. What did they say? What did they say? Because I didn't see this article. During a recent exploration, King's Chamber, Pyramid of Giza, Zaihuas and his team uncovered previously unseen markings. The markings, just trying to scroll here. They were, I don't know. It's the link is going to be in this. I'll put the link to this top 10 article in the chat so you guys can read it on your own. It's a little longer. So number 9 in their list is secret messages discovered on the Luxor obelisk in Paris. An Egyptologist has identified several previously unseen messages hidden on the 30,300-year-old carved stone pillar. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Number 8, major find as the first royal tomb since Tutankhamun is unearthed in Egypt. Egypt officials have revealed the discovery of the tomb of King Tutmos II near the Valley of the Kings. Good. That's all new. Number 7, further evidence points to giant columns beneath pyramids of Giza. We just read that one. I think this one. Because there was originally the claim that there's a lot going on under these pyramids. And then, of course, the rebuttal by other archaeologists. And now they've really released more information to show that, yeah, there does seem to be something down there.
Wait, how much deeper did they go?
I don't know that they went deeper. They just retested from other sources and were able to verify, yeah, there's something under there. I don't think they went deeper necessarily, but they were able to correlate or corroborate the claim at least a little more. So Interesting.
I will say it's kind of wild to me that I mean, researchers have been all over these pyramids for however many decades or hundreds of years at this point, and there's still unknown stuff with it.
Yeah, there is, but I mean, I think the problem is again that a lot of this established fact is maybe not as scientifically arrived at. I don't think that they looked from a narrative that they expected. Oh, the ancient Egyptians built this, and oh, and this is how, and I don't know. I just think when things are truly scientifically tested, you have to allow for any eventuality, any possibility, until it can be systematically removed. And just because you can't accurately test for some of that doesn't mean that it's invalid. It just means that we just don't know. But I do think that there's also a very closed-minded approach to this, at least from the Egyptian antiquities, especially. I think that I've said this on the show several times, but I think it's a matter of national pride that these were built by our ancestors. Look what we did, and yeah, I mean, if that's the case, for sure they should be. However, I really suspect that they kind of stumbled onto it eventually in their migrating, and they thought, wow, this is amazing. Look at this. We're going to live here. And so they kind of adopted it, but they want ownership. They want to attribute that to their histories. And it could be. I'm not saying it couldn't be. But it does seem to have a potential of a lot older history than just when the current Egyptians managed to find their way there. So, or previous Egyptians even. But at any case, interesting stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Number 6, mystery surrounds discovery of a giant 2,000-year-old Roman shoes. Oof.
Oh.
Okay. Archaeologists have been left perplexed by the sheer size of the shoes and why there are quite so many of them.
Like small or giant?
I don't know.
Oh, it says giant. The word is literally giant in there. Okay, gotcha.
Discovery of giant 2,000-year-old Roman shoes.
There we go.
That's interesting. What is that? Like, I don't know if that's centimeters or what. What does it say? We might as well read this one.
Looks like an inch.
What?
Those look like inches.
Oh, you think so? I think they're probably centimeters. I don't think those are inches. But archaeologists have been left perplexed by the sheer size of shoes and why there are quite so many of them. The enormously large shoes, which are equivalent to a modern Europe size 49, whoa, or the U.S. size 15. Okay, well, that's a little more. That's still a huge. That's still huge for ancient people, because I've often heard, if we were modern people went back in time, we would be giants to them, because, a lot of people weren't really well nourished and they didn't grow very well. Like 5 foot was like an average height, I think. So, were discovered in the Magna Roman fort in Northumberland. Oh, that's up by the Featherstone Castle, actually. Our ancestral castle up in Northumberland. That's right.
We're royalty, by the way.
I don't think we're royalty, but they're some kind of landlords from back in the day. In Northumberland, England, by a team of archaeologists from the Vindolanda Charity Trust. Dating back 2,000 years, the shoes were found in a ditch that was likely used as a rubbish dump. 8 were found in total, making this one of the largest hauls of such shoes ever found in one place. Senior archaeologist Richard Frame noticed that the find was really unusual and emphasized that the team was now trying to work out which regiments might have been stationed at the fort and why there was such a disproportionate number of large shoes compared to other locations. The level of preservation evident in the shoes was also quite impressive. You need specific soil conditions with very low oxygen for organic objects made of things like wood, leather, textiles, stuff like that to survive for any length of time, said Frame. You can check out the video that looks into the discovery in more detail. So there's the shoe. But yeah, I mean, does this help to substantiate the idea of like giants in the ancient world? Mm-hmm. I don't know, a size 15 shoe back then? I don't know. That's a big foot. That's a huge, huge foot.
Sorry to break the illusion, guys. I'm 8.5.
Your foot is 8.5?
8.5 wide.
Oh, okay.
I have small feet.
Yeah, you do. I got 11.
Ah,
It used to be 10.5, but my feet have grown a little bit since then. So,
they get that genetics.
well you got your mother's feet.
I do actually.
Little dinky things. All right, there you go. There you go. So Big Shoes is part of this. Where's this? There we go. Drag marks of 20,000-year-old vehicles discovered in New Mexico. That's a move over, Fred Flintstone. Hiya, Fred. Evidence of an extremely primitive form of ancient vehicle has been found. That's interesting. That's interesting. I never saw this article. This is amazing. Scientists claim to have found vast city beneath Egypt's pyramids. There you go. That's kind of the first report of what we're talking about. 3 scans reveal void and structures at the Noah's Ark site in Turkey. Ground-penetrating radar has been reportedly revealed tantalizing evidence at the Durin Pinar Formation. Number 2, why is there a rocket cat in this 16th century drawing? Dating back 500 years, this peculiar illustration seems to show a cat and a pigeon with rockets attached to their back. That's interesting. I want to see this. There it is. Look at that.
Oh, it's loading.
Okay.
Or it's I'm catching it. Oh wow.
Look at that. Maybe
whoa.
That's crazy.
Attaching cannons to the oh my lord.
Well, they're
rockets.
I think they're thinking they're rockets, not cannons. But I wonder.
Guess so.
Okay, so here's what I'm wondering though. I'm kind of curious, and we're gonna have to Google this because I want to know. This I think is very, very interesting. Let me just Google this. I gotta Google the question first. There it is. Okay, so no, I don't need that. So I asked the Google, when did the Chinese discover gunpowder? Because, obviously gunpowder originated in China. It says around 850 AD. So it's possible they could have known about rocketry and stuff. It says Chinese alchemists discovered gunpowder by accident in the 9th century CE, around 850 AD, while seeking an elixir of immortality. Wow.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't know about that.
That'll send you to your immortality for sure. And if initially using it for fireworks before developing it into military weapons like fire arrows and bombs by the 11th century, making China's dominance in early gunpowder technology. So this kind of sounds like about the, dating back 500 years. So yeah, they could have had knowledge of fireworks and rockets by then, right?
Potentially.
In the 16th century, it says they fire arrows and bombs by the 11th century. So it's another 5 centuries, 500 more years before, these drawings were made. So I don't know. Is that really that mysterious?
No, I guess not.
It doesn't seem like it would be. I think I think there was probably much wider trade in the ancient world than we've been led to believe. I think, the Silk Road and all of that was going over into Asia. Brent, when it went boom, Eric. Yeah. Eric Fry says, yes, they had cannons. So maybe somebody sorted out that, if these cannons were loosely packed, it would give extra speed like a jet. I don't know. I mean, they do look like cannons on the back of these things in design, but would they have any idea of what a rocket should look like? Probably not. It would be some kind of vile looking thing packed with gunpowder. But anyway, there you have it. That's an interesting thing. All right.
Very.
So where are we at? Number 1, mystery of America's lost colony may finally have been solved. We covered that one. That was.
Wait, is this? Oh, this is where they just disappeared, right?
Yeah, they disappeared and they found that carving, and there's suggestion that they might have joined that tribe that was carved, the name of which was carved, and you're like, yeah, duh.
It's the most logical answer. Yeah.
So that is the story. But here we go. I'm going to put the link to this. You can check out any and all of these stories and help to support unexplained-mysteries.com in the chats on YouTube and Rumble. So if you don't mind, please support it. That would be great. It's a great way to support them. Interesting stuff, though, yeah?
Very.
Adventures with Beth says, I'm 4'11" and wear a children's 3 or 4. Oh, my, Beth.
Wow.
You're fun size, Beth.
Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big or small you are. You're a wonderful person and we love you. So There you go. We're not sizist around here. I don't know if there's such a word as sizist, but it is now. I'm coining new language all the time on this show, ladies and gentlemen. I create new words all the time. All right. I think we got to do one more. Yeah, we'll do one more. Oh, check this one out. This one did look cool. I remember this. Oh, is it really long? It's really freaking long. It's pretty long, but I'm going to read the first part and give you guys a link to explore the second part. Here it is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Humans may have as many as 33 senses, neuroscientists believe. 33.
33 what?
Senses. Oops. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one.
Oh, I was going to say, why is it bad?
Yeah. 33. Yep. Josie, what is it with you and gas? This is like a real theme that you're coming into here. It's kind of...
It's because it has to be brought up at least once in the show. It has to.
Yeah, it's not really gas.
It must.
Not really gas, though. That's...
Well, poop is the one that usually...
Yeah, that's fair. That should be brought up. It's kind of a...
And now it's been complete.
Josie's just firing blanks. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Beyond touch, taste, sight, hearing, and smell, our bodies have many other senses that we don't even think about. Barry Smith. Okay. Stuck in front of our screens all day, we often ignore our senses beyond sound and vision, and yet they always at work, and we're more alert than we feel the rough and smooth surfaces. When we're more alert, we feel the rough and smooth surfaces of objects, the stiffness in our shoulders, the softness of bread. Okay. That was rather poetic. In the morning, we may feel the tingle of toothpastes. Yeah, that's still taste. Hear and feel the running water in the shower, smell the shampoo, the later the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. Aristotle told us there were 5 senses, but he also told us the world was made up of 5 elements, and we no longer believe that. Okay. And modern research is showing we may actually have dozens of senses. Almost all of our experience is multisensory. We don't see, hear, smell, and touch in separate parcels. They occur simultaneously in a unified experience of the world around us and of ourselves. What we feel affects what we see, and what we see affects what we hear. Different odors in shampoo can affect how you perceive the texture of hair. The fragrance of rose makes hair seem silkier, for instance. Odors in low-fat yogurts can make people feel richer and thicker on the plate without adding more emulsifiers. Perception of odors in the mouth rising to the nasal passage are modified by the viscosity of the liquids we consume. My long-term collaborator, Professor Charles Spence from the Cross-Modal Laboratory in Oxford, told me his neuroscience colleagues believe there are anywhere between 22 and 33 senses. These include proprioception, which enables us to know where our limbs are without looking at them, sense of balance of the vestibular system of ear canals, as well as sight and proprioception. Another example is interoception, in which we sense changes in our own bodies, such as slight increase in our heart rate and hunger. We also have a sense of agency when moving our limbs, feeling that can go missing in stroke patients who sometimes even believe someone else is moving their arm. There is a sense of ownership. Stroke patients sometimes feel, for instance, their arm is not their own, even though they may still feel sensations in it. Gustation, sensors, receptors on the tongue enable us to detect, tastes. All right, that's still taste. All right. I don't know, it's interesting. I think they're way overcomplicating sight, smell, touch, taste.
these things feel just like subcategories of touch, subcategories of smell, subcategories
Yeah.
of taste. You know, these. I mean, it's taste. It's just you can break it taste down, sure.
Yeah. There was that military story somewhere in Afghanistan. There was a giant story. That's the Giant of Kandahar, Jane Beebe, is the story you're thinking of. The Giant of Kandahar. You can find it
Yeah.
all over on YouTube and stuff. It's a really well-known story. Very interesting. But I'm going to put a link to this in there if anybody wants to read about your extra senses or your your subsenses. I guess I call them subsenses because it's just subsets of sensing that we use. There's extra sense. I was hoping it would be going that direction, but no.
I was thinking like intuition, that kind of thing, but
Oh, yep,
they didn't go there.
yep, exactly.
Missed opportunity.
Precognition, intuition, telepathy, any number of things, but nope.
They didn't go there.
They did not go there at all. Okay.
Lame.
Lame indeed. Hello, Hoggle. Good to see you. Wonderful to see you. Thanks for coming in. All right. Benno from us says, pardon me, with a little gas icon next to it. I see the chat is functioning at its normal intellect. That's okay.
Now we're talking about cows now. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Oh, Linda.
Linda,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the gifted membership. And Kel got it. Congratulations. Thank you, Linda, for making that possible. Very cool. I was watching The Watchers 10, and it was about the Giants of Kandahar. Yeah. Very cool.
Oh.
Very cool. Yeah, a lot of people have done that story to death. I think it's a fascinating story, don't get me wrong, but it's like most every podcast out there has done the Giant of Kandahar, and rightfully so, I guess. The thing with it is, I love stories like that. I really do, but I don't bother trying to do shows about it because I can't do it better than what's already been done. I mean, there's literally so much information you can talk about, and other than the fact that we can't really prove it. But anyway, sorry, Brent, it's the beans. No worries, Benno. Beans will do that. But yeah, I think it's fascinating topic. Giants and all, for sure. I guess that's going to probably do it for the news. I think we've covered the hell out of all that. And the link for that last story is in the chats. If you guys want to check it out, you certainly can. You certainly can.
Sweetly.
All right. So I guess we are about done with the news then for tonight. We'll pick it up again tomorrow night, but let's get back to the rest of the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to flesh it out, is to include other giant references from biblical and other ancient mentions. Jane Beebe, have you ever looked at Marsha K. Moore's website? She is facial reconstruction artist, and she did a reconstruction of a North American giant. Oh, no, I sure haven't, Jane. That sounds fascinating. But I have not seen that. I have not. There's just literally millions of things out there. There's just so much that you could, if you had enough time and energy, you could look into almost anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's just so much information online. It's crazy. Wonderful. And some of it's crap information, but it's still information. Not that you can believe everything you read, but there's something. Okay, so we're going to get to, I guess, kind of the inspiration for the artwork of the thumbnail tonight. I did a picture of a haunted doll. Ooh.
Yeah, it was really well done.
Well, thank you. Actually, thank AI, because it did it.
I know.
I wish I could take credit for that, but it was a really cool image. I thought, well, that's kind of fun. And I did have a story about some haunted dolls. Many of these are ones you've all heard of before, but I did find this, and I thought, this would be kind of fun. And then I got a second story specifically about the Annabelle doll. and more information about that. This first article is kind of a compilation, a little paragraph about each one. But it's 4 haunted dolls and their terrifying backstories. This is written by Molly Burford in July 22nd, 2022 in thoughtcatalog.com. Thought Catalog's a pretty fun site. I've kind of run out of its usefulness, and that was kind of the, not, I shouldn't say its usefulness, but it's articles that deal with, like, ghostly paranormal stuff that, other than most of the stuff that they're posting for the last few years has been centered around horror movies and stuff. And if you're into horror movies, it's probably good information. I'm just not. I don't really care about that too much at all. So I kind of ran out of their paranormal material in their archives, and that's fine. But that's why I'm like, well, I need another segment because, so that was what the you're blurry, Sheldon. You're very blurry.
Yeah, I am.
No.
Let's try to fix it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you start looking like a Sasquatch, and people will be taking pictures and putting red circles around your face.
I wouldn't mind it. I go viral.
Okay. Well, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to this. This is the first article of 2 that we're going to cover. Both of them are not really long, but interesting all the same. Look at all those dolls. Ooh, doll heads.
Ooh.
It's the doll head store. All right, here we go. 4 haunted dolls and their terrifying backstories. These haunted dolls don't exactly play well with others. Here are 4 haunted dolls and their terrifying backstories. Well, thank you, Molly. We'll check it out now. The first one is Annabelle, of course. Everybody's heard of Annabelle. You for sure know Annabelle by name, but do you know her story? Annabelle, who was made famous by the film of the same name, as well as The Conjuring, is actually a Raggedy Ann doll. During the 1970s, Annabelle was given to a student studying nursing named Donna. Donna and her roommate would often come home and find the doll had changed her position or even moved from room to room. Even more creepy, Donna and her roommate would come across handwritten notes asking for help. Ooh. That's not at all creepy. Big yikes. Eventually, Annabelle was taken by paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, and she's still a member of the Occult Museum. Yeah. I will say that, I'm not sure that all haunted dolls were made willingly. I'll just say that. I think
what does that mean?
Meaning that there's perhaps nefarious, dark practices where you can bind a spirit unwillingly to an object.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think that if she was indeed a haunted doll, if she is indeed, of course, we all know the claims, but if she is, it could be very likely that this wasn't her idea. I think sometimes spirits do bind to dolls just because, as far as I can tell, in a deep dive digging for information, one of the most ancient ideas for how dolls came to be was not as a children's plaything, but as vessels for the dead. So the original dolls weren't made for kids to play with. They were made to house spirits. So anyway.
Oh.
So the number 2, I've never heard of this one, Okiku. The legend of Okiku begins in Hokkaido in 1918. Okiku was purchased by a 17-year-old boy named Aikichi Suzuki. He bought the doll for his 3-year-old sister, Kikuko. Kikuko was said to have adored the doll. Kikuko sadly passed away shortly after. Oh. Then Okiku's hair began to grow. It's believed that Okiku is possessed by Kikuko's spirit. Man, name your doll something completely different. That got hard to talk. There's Okiku, Kikuko, Okiku. Yeah. Wow. And then Aikichi. Yeah. Interesting. I've never heard of that one before, but the doll's hair growing is kind of disturbingly fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Lily. Lily was made during the 1800s in Germany, and Lily has real human hair and was discovered by an antique dealer. The antique dealer took Lily home, but began to have horrific dreams. The dreams entailed a little girl who had a horrendous accident. Lily now resides at the Haunted Museum. I don't know whose that is. Is that Ed and Lorraine's or what? Was that where Annabelle? Theirs is called the Occult Museum, so I'm not sure where the Haunted Museum is.
Huh.
I guess we can look, see what it shows us. There's a link. Oh, it's Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, Zach Vegas.
In
Okay.
Las Vegas. I'd like to see that place. I really would. Well,
It
there you
would be
go.
cool.
It would be for sure. Number 4, and the last one in this article, is Robert the Doll. I think most of us are familiar with that. And finally, Robert the Doll is the inspiration behind the Chucky doll. Robert found himself as a member of a family in Key West of Florida, and he was given as a gift to the son of the Otto family, Robert Eugene. Well, the two were reportedly inseparable. The boy often blamed the doll for his mistakes. As well, the family said the doll would change positions on its own. That's a big warning sign. If your dolls move around on their own, that's a big warning sign.
How about your doll? Is it anything new? Anything updated?
No, she has not done anything. Just that one head turn that one time was kind of really creepy, but other than that, it wasn't something I witnessed. It was just I came in and she was looking at the monitors. It's like, oh, that's really weird. So,
Speaking of which, Robert the doll's really creepy looking.
yeah, he is. He's pretty bizarre. He now resides at the East Martello Museum. Museum goers who took the doll's photo without permission are said to experience horrible fates as well. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of apology letters that have been mailed to Robert the doll at the museum asking for his forgiveness for their bold actions. Like,
Jeez.
people do claim that they get bad things going on if they took his picture without his permission. I don't know how he gives it, but I think he just kind of, oh, Robert, can I take your picture, please? And then you just assume he says yes. I don't know how that works, but apparently people take his picture and it pisses him off. So he makes sure to send them home with the parting gift. Little curse, please.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty horrible. But anyway, let's get to the second article, which is a more in-depth look at the Annabelle, the real story. We kind of brushed into it in that one. This is the Hollywood movie version of Annabelle. This is the actual version on the right.
Wow, it's a lot less creepy.
It really is. Looks so happy and festive. First one looks like hell. Yeah. There it is. So that's the big difference between the Hollywood version of Annabelle and the actual version. But anyway, let's check this out. The real story of the haunted doll Annabelle. And this is by Chrissy Stockton, and we've read many of Chrissy's reports. She said her name was Annabelle Higgins. So I don't know if she named herself, how that works. Annabelle was a famous doll even before she made an appearance in The Conjuring. A pair of fame-hungry paranormal investigators, wow, just in with the deep slam on
Wow.
Ed and Lorraine. Just went hardcore. Little foot in that Warren sphincter. Wow. Told a story about a Raggedy Ann doll given to a young nurse by her mother. Oh, I didn't know that it was her mother. Okay. The doll turned out to be demonic and was capable of writing menacing notes for the girl. And her roommate was well as, I think it was as well as scratching the girls and even running from room to room. The doll has since been the subject of her very own horror movie, Annabelle, in 2014, subsequent sequel origin story, Annabelle Creation, 2017, and a third installment, Annabelle Comes Home, 2019. I have not heard of any of those. I just heard of The Conjuring. Okay. All right. The true accounts of the paranormal investigators featured in the blockbuster The Conjuring, demonologist Ed and Lorraine Warren. All right. Here is Ed and Lorraine Warren's Annabelle origin story as told by the longtime biographer Gerald Brittle in The Demonologist. Laura Clifton and Deidre Bernard were 25-year-old nurses who lived together. Laura was engaged to a man named Cal Randall, and for Deidre's 24th birthday, her mother gave her a large Raggedy Ann doll the size of a 4-year-old child. Soon after, the girls noticed that the doll seemed to be able to move on her own, as they would frequently find her in different positions or even rooms than they left her. Once the girls left the Annabelle doll on Deidre's bed and came home, they found the doll kneeling in the living room. They tried to recreate the doll's kneeling position and were not able to make the doll kneel without it falling over. Oh, that's creepy.
Whoa.
Then they started finding the notes. The girls believed the Annabelle doll was writing them messages. They'd find little scraps of paper with pencil writing that said things like, "Help us, help Cal." Well, they had no idea what either message referred to. Laura's boyfriend, Cal, was not in danger at the time. Especially creepy was that the girls could not find a pencil in the apartment that could have been used for the notes. Oh. The girls thought someone was playing a prank on them, so they created little booby traps and markers that would be off if someone was entering their apartment. When no evidence of an intruder was found and Annabelle's actions got scarier, one day they found drops of blood on the doll. They also believed the doll gave them a gift of chocolate for Christmas. They brought in a medium. Well, the psychic told the nurses that a little girl died on their property where their apartment was, and her name was Annabelle Higgins. The ghost of the little girl liked the nurses because they were the only younger people in the building, so the ghost began playing with them by moving the doll. The little girl ghost said she was lonely and wanted to be loved. She asked the girls if she could inhabit the doll so that she could live with them, and the girls said yes.
Oh, okay.
According to the Warrens, this was a huge mistake. They said that the girls should never have called the medium, who was so inexperienced in dealing with malevolent spiritual matters that she ended up harming the girls more than she helped them. You hear Pikachu, he's just being obnoxious outside the door. He gets so mad when they close the door. It's like, what are you doing? I should be able to be in there. By invited a spirit to inhabit the Annabelle doll, the girls inadvertently invited a demonic presence into their lives. In reality, there was no Annabelle Higgins, no ghost of a little girl who used to live in the building. What the girls met, according to the Warrens, was an inhumane spirit, also known as a demonic entity. The Warrens say human ghosts aren't able to move objects or harm the living. I don't necessarily believe that, but okay.
Yeah.
Indeed, the doll's activities increased, and she seemed to become more powerful. Laura's boyfriend, Cal, had lucid nightmares about Annabelle attacking him, and one night when Laura and Cal were alone in the apartment, they heard a noise coming from Deidre's room. When Cal went to investigate, he saw Annabelle, and when he turned his back on her, someone clawed his chest, leaving 7 claw marks and bloodying his shirt. Ouch.
Ooh.
Of course, this is just what the Warrens tell us. It might be more real. It might be a more real version of Annabelle's creation story than her Hollywood movie Annabelle creation, but that's not saying much. The real story involves whatever the Warrens told each other and their biographer. Was this story cooked up over a few bottles of wine like those involved in the Amityville haunting claim? That story was? Oh, there's another picture of it. Yeah, it is a big one, though. It is a big doll. That's Tony Spera, the son-in-law of Ed and Lorraine Warren. He married one of the daughters of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Oh my Lord, that is, wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's a big doll. And it's big for a Raggedy Ann doll, too. I mean, they were generally half this size, if not even less. They were all different sizes. But I think most people crafted their own. I mean, it's really just like red yarn hair and some fabric with painted on it. But I think the first ones were anyway. So the Warrens called a priest, and the priest performed an exorcism on the apartment, as well as Deidre, Laura, and Cal, and the Warrens took the Annabelle doll for safekeeping and kept her locked in a glass case in their occult museum, which was the main draw for visitors during its existence. It's still around. It's not open. Now that Ed and Lorraine are both deceased, their daughter and son-in-law, pictured above, have possession of the Annabelle doll. Well, now that's changed a little bit because Matt Rife and Elton, I forget Elton's last name, they bought the house and they're apparently caretakers of all of the objects in here. I think this one looks a lot more creepy. This one over on the left. Jesus, that looks horrifying.
Yeah, it does.
What the hell is that one? Screw Annabelle. What the hell is this? Becky?
Oh my God.
I don't know why Becky came to my mind, but that's the first name. The first name I could spit out. But this one terrifies me. This one, but this one, that freaks me out. And obviously it's another one put in the same kind of case. So I wonder what the story of this one is. That one freaks me out. Well, there you go. A little bit of haunted doll stories for tonight. And hope you guys enjoyed it. We don't do a lot of that. And I might have introduced some of you to new ones. I Every time I look at the chat, Josie's doing something with the fart. What is going on, Josie?
It's continuing.
It's a fascination. This is a fixation. I don't know. People are into weird stuff. I'm not going to judge. No judgment here.
No judgment.
No judgment, but there we go. So, something a little different, a little haunted doll stuff tonight. That certainly would have qualified for the new segment, I guess, really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Strange.
in a way, yeah.
It's a haunted object, so it is spiritual in a sense, but it is also a strange phenomena, right?
Oh, Standing Stone says, didn't one of the two guys that owned the doll die
No,
like 9 months ago?
Not owned. He was going around when Annabelle was touring. There was he was one of the guys that was helping Tony Sparrow and the team move her around, and he'd been around the doll for years and years. But I mean, could it be related to Annabelle? Sure, and certainly that's some speculation. But he had a heart attack, so
I mean, it still could be.
it could be. I'm not
I
discounting
mean,
the
but
fact.
then again, I mean,
it could
every
just be a
death
heart
on the
attack.
planet, every death on the planet could be spiritual, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
so
exactly.
hard to say.
I didn't know they had another doll like Annabelle either, Wizard. The second one is way creepier to me, man. That
Yes.
that one must have been loved by Satan. I'm not sure what that is. But I cannot imagine a child going, "Oh, it's my Becky doll." Thanks, Mom. I mean, I'd be like, "Yeah, kill her with fire."
That's going in the attic forever.
Yeah, exactly. Donate this to the Haunted Hollywood or Halloween Museum. That's about all you'll get of that. So there you go. Just some haunted doll stuff. Bunch clowns, Barbara says. Explosive for ancient battles. Yeah. Just checking out the chats to see what I might have missed. Did I miss anything? You guys are awful quiet over on Rumble. Where the hell's Justin? He's not showing up tonight. 10 demerits. Let's see. Anything going on in the YouTube chats, Sheldon? The doll wasn't supposed to be moved like it was. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The Warrens believe firmly that that doll should never go anywhere. They were very adamant that Annabelle should never leave that museum. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Neil says when the Warrens would do talk shows, they would plant their relatives like John Zaffis in the audience and ask questions, keep the narrative going. They were despicable.
Well, that's a take. I don't. So I've heard those claims, and here's the thing, and I've seen it happen a bunch, even people I know, and I don't think it's happened to me personally yet, but it's bound to. That somebody's eventually going to hate me just because that's the way it works, and they're going to try to find out anything they can that'll wound me and try to damage my reputation. And there's a lot of that going on. It's happened to several friends. And I think it's really despicable because I'm not judging. Don't get me wrong. I understand those claims are out there, Neil, and I'm not trying to put you down, but it's certainly something I'm very cognizant of because anytime you're in a public eye, there's going to be some people that are going to attack you, and they're going to be fierce. They're going to be heartless. They're going to do anything they can to damage you. And I certainly see that with the Warrens. I didn't know them, obviously. I know Chris, their grandson, to a degree. I interviewed him and had a nice talk with him, and he had nothing but wonderful things to say about his family. Obviously, he's family of them, so for sure. But just that I know people that I know are wonderful people, and yet I hear the things online about them just degrading them, and it's painful, and it's a real thing. So be careful what you subscribe to just because you've heard it online from some other group. Unknown says that won't happen, Brent. It definitely is going to happen. Eventually somebody's going to just be upset with me for something, and it won't even be probably anything I can help. It's just going to be their perception of me, and I'm going to piss them off, and they're going to make a hobby out of me. And they're going to try to tell everybody about me and what kind of a dick I am. And there's not much you can do about it. Whenever I've talked to people that were talking about starting their own shows, and I've talked to several people through the years, I'm always like, they'll talk to me and be like, God, these comments are so mean. I'm like, you've got to be prepared to take them on the chin if you're going to be in the, in the public like this. There's going to be people that don't like you, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. Hell, there's people I don't like, and I can't explain why. It's just something about them is just not comfortable to me. So it's kind of human nature. Some people can't stand other people's success. Yeah, I suppose. You're right, Barry.
Yeah, I mean, there could be what?
Jesse Wilkins of Hometown Ghost Story says, "It's me. I'm coming after you until the mustache grows back."
Yeah, bully him into growing it back, make it grow faster.
He's trying. I was on their show this last week, and he was like, "What the hell happened to your mustache?" And I had to explain to him how I trimmed my mustache without the guide accidentally. And so
no, you lost 10 years in age.
I know. Look at the younger me. This is. I'm working on it. I'm actually. I did shave today, but I didn't shave the lip. So I'm gonna let it kind of grow back and kind of reevaluate. See. We'll see. I ignore those things. I go by what I believe or know. Too many lies out there. You're right. And I think that's the right road to take. Brent, how dare you be a decent human being? Well, I don't know. It's a curse, Benno. I don't know. I try to go full dick, but it just doesn't work. No,
There will always be people who hate you. Yeah. Always. There's always going to be someone. And it's literally sometimes for no reason. Even I've experienced that in life. Mm-hmm. Even like back in school days, sometimes people just, I was always nice. I was always one of those people that was nice to everyone. But still, there's some people that hate you. And there's no reason for it. It just happens.
No. Neil says, Brent, I don't think anyone could possibly hate you. I hope not. I'm not looking forward to that part of all of this. But if it happens, I understand. I'm prepared for it because I really think it's part and parcel. And it might not be me personally. It just might be that if the show is doing really good, there's going to be people that hate that. And they're going to want it to do not good, for whatever reasons. Maybe they think it'll elevate their show. I don't know. So it's just it's a nature of human relations. There's always somebody who's not going to like you. Doesn't matter what you do. But I just try to be the best me I know how to be, and I don't know. I don't really subscribe to a lot of the static anyway. Just be careful, Just because a claim is out there doesn't make it true. Just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Got it.
I think so.
You got it.
You know what else I got?
What's that?
I got a hankering, Sheldon. I got a hankering for a little exploration into.
The hell is that?
Yep, that's what I got a hankering for. So what the hell is that?
It's time.
It is time. 420 Man from the West. You couldn't have picked a more accurate name.
That's yep.
If you are what you eat, are you also what you smoke? He's 420 Man from the West. That's all you need to know, folks. Good guy, though. Glad you all are here. We're going to get into the what the hell is that now. And this is a segment that showcases videos or pictures of claims. The laugh he summoned from Sheldon.
I don't even know what I did. Hopefully it sounded okay.
Yeah. No. Sheldon channeled his inner heckler. We're going to get to this. I got several videos piled up for you. I think there's 4. I think I got 4 now. And the idea behind this is to look at what might be evidence. And obviously as a statement before we dive in, because it comes up every segment and it's true. Everything you're looking at could be AI. Some of it is obviously AI. Some of it might be AI. I think one thing I have seen lately, which is really encouraging, and I know that there's several browsers and search engines are now able to scan and see if the material is AI that's posted. And I think even YouTube is developing that where you can exclude AI stuff. And I think that's fantastic to have that ability. I like AI a lot. I really do. I think it's an amazing tool. and it creatively helps me a ton. But I don't ever post things and try to pass it off as real, which I think is the problem with AI, is that people are misusing it for that. So you should have the ability to scan and go, is this AI? Oh, so things to think about.
Well, yeah, it's getting scarier.
Well, I think even the AIs themselves, you can ask them to look at, something and say, is this AI? And it'll know. I don't know how.
That's true. Even Grok can do that.
That's what I heard. Grok was another one. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think, was it DuckDuckGo? You can, filter results and remove AI stuff. So
Ooh,
I think something
nice.
like that. Yeah. So some really cool stuff going on. But so I'm just going to say up front, yes, everything you're looking at could be AI. I don't scan these things for that. I don't have the time to be that granular about it. Wait a minute, where is it? Oh, here it is. But could it be? Sure. Sure, it could be. I got 4 videos, though, pulled up for you guys. The other aspect of this is we're just going to ask you to vote after everything. If you think what you're looking at could be real, and you don't have to certify it, you're not going to be held accountable for your answer. I'm just curious if what you're looking at, in your opinion, looks like it could be real evidence. If you do, put a 1 in the chat when we do the voting. If you're looking at it and you go, that is no way, is that real? Give me a 0. And it's up to you. I mean, there's no wrong answers, as Wes says all the time. And he's right. There's no wrong answers. There's no right answers. We just don't know. But we're just doing a gut check on these things and trying to encourage critical thinking in evaluating these evidences as much as we can. So this is What the Hell Is That? And I've got some things pulled up here. I'm going to shrink down this window a little bit if I can. There we go. That'll work. Make it a little less big for the smaller monitor. All right, the first one is coming from TikTok. I think this is Rachel Gets It Right sent it to me. Rachel, I went through TikTok and did some searching for your messages. Are you proud of me? Rachel works so hard. She sends me stuff all the time. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I see it. And then I get sidetracked and forget about it. And then it's like, oh, showtime. And I forget. So my apologies.
Good job, Rachel.
So thank you, Rachel, for this. This is kind of a longer video. I don't really have the person's permission, but I think it's a really cool video because it showcases what might be a rake or a pale crawler. But you be the judge. Of course, it's little spotty pieces. It's a kind of a long video. I don't know how long it is, but we'll just look at it and see what you guys think. I don't have a timer on this, so I can't tell exactly how long it is, but it comes from Real D's Dark Adventures on TikTok. Real D's, D-E-E-S, Dark Adventures on TikTok. And it's a pretty cool video. I don't know. Could it be staged? Sure. Could it be fake? Absolutely. Could it be real? Maybe. But let's take a look and see what you guys think. I'm going to put it on this screen so we can all see it. Here it is. Again, TikTok. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Let me cover up the whiteness there. There we go. TikTok time. Here we go. I hope you guys can see it. That's as big as I can make it, honestly, and have it fit on the screen. So let's check it out.
And done an intro. I just don't know. Nothing's really happening. I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm nervous, but...
The woman is brave as hell. I got to say that. Okay, look behind her. Can't remember where it is exactly, but what was that? I didn't see it. Here's a replay. Oh, there it is. This little figure here. Oof. Oh, yeah, right there. Ducks away.
Oh, screw that.
I know. She doesn't see it, though. That's the thing. So you're asking, why is she even there? Well, she's looking for something. She's maybe researching an area. But why would she stay? She didn't know that happened. She walked away looking at something else, and then that happened. And she found it on review is what I'm taking from it.
Alice, I'm really trying to give you guys videos out here, but this place is
She's so...
but I'm fascinated.
I'm fascinated with her courage. I mean, honest to God, this wouldn't be me. I'm good ghost hunting, even going into areas by myself, that's fine. This kind of stuff, hell no. Hell no.
Hell no.
And I think honestly, because I know my physical limits and my ability to flee.
Yep.
And you might as well just call me lunch meat, because if something's coming to get me, it's probably going to get me. I'm probably not getting far. I may get about maybe 30 yards and I'll be like sucking air and go, screw it, I'm dead. But anyway.
You know what they say about outrunning? Oh.
What?
You know what they say about outrunning a bear?
You just got to be faster than the other guy.
Exactly.
Yep, I know.
I'm hearing noises, dude. I don't know if it's clicking. I can't hear it. It's like a low.
That was weird. I almost heard an EVP there, like a, hey. Let's back that up just a hair.
Noises, dude. I'm hearing noises, dude. I don't know if it's clicking. I can't hear it. It's like a low. Hello?
I didn't hear that time. Okay.
Huh.
Doo, doo, doo. Look at that. Oh, God. Now, we never really get a good look at the thing, but it does stand up, I think, in this part, as I recall. There it is. And she's not really seeing it in real time. This is all on review. She's picked all these pieces out. It leaned out and then it took off. Come on with the music. You're killing me. I'm going to lose any monetization to this show.
Oh, it's by my car. Oh my God, dude. I think my paint stopped. Okay, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go.
Yep.
He's like, okay, I'm going now. Hey, yes. Yeah.
What is that?
I mean, her voice sounds very, very organic, like truly tense.
Okay. I've started the camera.
So there it is. What do you think? Could it be a pale crawler that was kind of stalking her? I think her reactions are organic. I don't think she's pretending, especially the panic in her voice towards the end. Like, what is that? It's like she's not comfortable. It doesn't sound like. So either she's pretty good at pretending to be scared, or she's literally scared.
Oh my God.
So
I mean, I hope what is that? Authenticity, for the authenticity reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's real, because I hate fake stuff like this.
Sure.
I hate it.
Yeah.
So, but I also don't want it to be real for other reasons that scare me.
I know, to think that things like this are out there is just like, I don't want it to be real, but I do want it to be real, but I don't.
Yeah.
Lenda thinks it looks real. Karen Alberding's about halfway there. Rachel's all in, and she's definitely brave. Probably shouldn't keep doing this alone, though. Amen, Wizard. Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
Yeshua's all in on this one. They go out unarmed. I won't even go in my backyard unarmed. Elaine says, yeah. Wizard's all in. 0.7 from 24 Vampire Man. Can't see it on my phone screen. Yeah, it's going to be tough with a phone screen. You're right.
Yeah.
It's very small. Sorry about that. There's not much I can do about that. Michelle Wolfong's 0.7. Elaine's all in 1. Watch some of her videos. Great stuff for real. Yeah, I mean, she's brave as hell. My God. 0.09 because she sounds real and has a decent reputation. So I think you're saying 0.9. 0.09 is less than 0.1. So great videos. Gotta say 0.5 from Hoggle and 0.5 from Aussie. 1 from John Stevenson. 1 from BJ Lapierre. 0 from Neil. He's not buying this at all. Kitty Cattywack's halfway there. Dale Atkinson's all in. Never seen it. Rake was made for an experiment. Oh, okay. That could be. Unknown's not buying this one. She gets great evidence, says Steel City Stacker. Yeah. I mean, she's, God, bold as brass. I can't believe it. 1 from Barbara Mora and 1 from Car Juice over on Rumble. So, I think
Any idea what state this was taken in?
No, not really. I mean, it could be anywhere in the. It could be anywhere from the the south to the north. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, so
It's definitely
one thing I was
sounds like an American accent though, but it could be Canadian too.
I mean, the one thing I was thinking of is like, I don't think I would ever do what she's doing, especially at night and all that, because it's not even just about the cryptid aspect of it. It's like the bear aspect, the cougar aspect, the other animal aspect, the things that could actually screw you up in a heartbeat type of things.
Yeah. And what recourse is she going to have? None.
None. Yeah, she's just there with a camera and a flashlight. What's that going to do?
Yeah. I mean, she could be packing and we don't know it, but at any
You're
case,
right. Yeah.
At any case, even then, is she, if it's something concealed, can she get it out in time before it gets her neck or something? Who knows? If it is just a regular animal that wants to kill her, she's probably going to die before she knows it's even coming.
I mean, yeah.
But I think the video is pretty good. Honestly, myself, I haven't watched a lot of her stuff, but I could be a real fan of her work. I really like that she's out there doing it. I think she's brave. I don't like that she's doing it alone. I think that that's unnecessary risk, but to each their own. I guess she's got more courage than I've got, or I'm just not as stupid as she is. I don't know. There's 2 ways to look at it. Either she's brave or I'm not stupid. One of the 2. So it depends on your perspective, but great, pretty good video. And
very good video.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, sure, it could be faked, but it is on pretty much every aspect. It's extremely well done if it is fake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Karen Alberting says, I'm the idiot that goes outside in the dark all the time. Even camping, I used to use the outhouse for the 2 years we lived in an RV while the house is being built. Wow. That's brave. Definitely brave.
Yeah, it's brave.
There's something about the night, though. The world changes in the night. And part of it is probably psychological on our part. We can't see in the dark. We're limited to what we can use technologically to view. So we're at an extraordinary disadvantage. But I do firmly believe there's things out there in that darkness that aren't always out there very, very commonly during the day. Mm-hmm. Things that are nocturnal that we don't really even know are out there. I mean, terrestrial animals, sure, but also things that haven't been substantiated by science yet. I think there's lots of those. So cool video. There's another one from TikTok. I don't remember who.
Oh, even Supernatural Station is here, by the way.
Yeah, Jan.
Yeah, he says, I'm a big guy and I usually pack when I walk around at night. Yeah.
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 Way to go.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, so this one is, I think this one I might have shown before, and this is also from Rachel. And I think we might have showed it before, but maybe not on this specific segment. I think this predates the What the Hell Is That segment, but it's still a pretty good capture. You're going to witness what's going on is there's a little girl and a mom in this house, and the little girl is basically pretty terrified. Something's in her room, and she keeps staring at the window of her room. Now, she has blinds on her window, like the wooden blind kind, not, with the big slats and the you pull the stick up or down and it makes it either open or close. So It's not mechanical, but watch what happens. Here we go. Here it is. This is from Freet PLBWX1. I don't know if they're the original posters, but they posted it. So whoever Freet PLBWX1 is. Looks like it was from October of last year. It's weird to say last year when they're talking about 25. But anyway, here we go. I watched this video back and forth and still can't figure out how the windows did that. My 7-year-old had a night terror last night. She suffered for a while. Please believe what your little ones say. She came running out into my room, and I'd never seen her cry this bad before. She was doing okay and sleeping in her room alone for a while until now. I'm keeping her away. So here's the video. Judge for yourself.
Cora.
I'm going to go back to the very beginning. Okay, here we go.
What's wrong, Cora? Sweetie, what are you afraid of?
Look at that little
You're
doll.
scaring me, honey.
Oh.
I don't see anything.
That's freaky as
What's
hell.
wrong, Cora?
And what a bastard spirit that is.
Sweetie,
That's just rude.
It's mean.
you're scaring me, honey.
Actually,
One more time. Those aren't the mechanical blinds either.
that scream is pretty genuine.
Yeah, it seems pretty pretty organic. I'm just going to let it play. Time to vote. What do you think? Is this real ghostly activity that's captured? Obviously that kid is genuinely not happy.
Oh yeah, like huddling behind that wall.
Yeah. Is it possible to hoax that? Sure. I mean, you could set up string pulls that would close them like that. I suppose if they went up, having it on some kind of over a curtain rod or something, it could be hoaxed. But I don't see a curtain rod. I don't see anything above it except the ceiling. I don't know how you get them all to fire off like that. Barbara Moore is all in, and Car Juice is all in on this one. Wonder if she's been interviewed. I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question. I wonder what the update of this is actually, because this is that's a pretty stupendous act of spiritual manifestation. Not that the spirit manifested, but it made the shutters close. I think it's creepy as hell. I don't like that little girl is being targeted. I think that's horrible. But what do we got? We got Yeshua's all in. I've seen her videos before, says Michelle. Okay. I'd like to see more of her videos, actually, because I'd like to see what else she's recorded or captured. The kid wouldn't be hiding like that if it was fake. Yeah, I mean, is it possible to teach a little... Double fun.
Oh, whoa.
A double. That's cool. Is it possible to teach a kid to act? Sure, but look at her eyes. I mean, you only get to see them for a brief moment. And she's really ignoring the mom, and she's really centered in on those windows. Like something going on in those windows really was freaking her out.
Yeah.
So, and she won't even go in the room. She's just sitting there huddled by that wall while mom goes in and checks.
Yeah, I think I lean to a 1 on this one.
Yeah, the mom's reaction is also seems pretty organic. I think, generally speaking, again, people act and can be faked, but 0.75 from Dog Digger. Poor child, that's terrifying. Yeah. So Kitty Cattywax a 1, Karen Elberding's 0.75. How we doing here? Looks legit from Barry. Yeah, I think so too. Hoggle's giving it a 0.75. Gotcha. And 24 Vampire Man's all in on this one. Ghostbox is a 1. Elaine. All right. Any more? Are you guys going to vote on this or no? Did I miss a ton of votes somehow? Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, they're all up here. Sure it is. Could be Stage 0, Man from the West. That happened in Colorado. Never go hiking alone. I don't know what we're looking at. I don't know where. I forgot. Where did it cut off? Tim Mothman, that's freaky, yeah, for sure. Oh, that's a hell no 1, Dale Atkinson.
I think oh hell no is regarding this.
Okay. Oh, that.
I thought I read that as we were.
So
getting to
Yeshua
this.
said 1, Karen Albeding 0.75, Kitty Caddywhack 1, and Angry Poltergeist Wizard Moon says 0.75 from Hoggle. Vampire Man number 1. Rachel says 1, Michelle Wolfong 1, Yeshua 1. Okay. I can't fully believe anything these days. That's true. I mean,
I can't blame that at all. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a responsible way to look at everything, really. But why focus on the kid, then the shudders, then it happens, then she screams? I think she saw that her kid was there and put her on camera, just like, what's going on? And saw what her kid was looking at, which was the window. So she turns back that way. And that's when snap, So could it be set up? Sure. Again, that's a possibility.
Yeah,
but it also could be completely natural that, what's my kid looking at? Oh, the window. So she turns with the camera towards the room again. And then, boom, those shutters snap. It's not the first time in that house, so she was pointing a camera at everything, says Beth. Okay, she saw the kid. Yeah, that's what I thought too, BJ. I think so too. Very cool, though. I think it's a good video. I like it. If it's real, what a sad way to live. Sure.
I don't think that kid's ever sleeping in that room again at this point. If it's real, yeah, no way.
Mom just got to study.
Yep.
Yeah, if it's fake, I hope the kid is in on the joke. Yeah, exactly, Maggie, for sure. I mean, it's scary. That's the hard part of these events when they do happen, especially when they target children. That's the worst, most diabolical shit of all. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
cussing,
okay.
but it really does piss me off. It's like, don't target the kids.
Yeah.
Kids don't deserve that. That's not fair at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't know what's going on in that house, but honestly, I hope it's not real, but it does look pretty good. So
Yeah.
we'll go with that. We can't know. We just can't know. We're going to go over to Instagram now. Take a look at this one. This one's a photo. This was from Chucky, I think. Pulled it up from Tales from the Grid Square, Nick Orton's website. This is a great site on Instagram, guys. Nick's been on the podcast. I interviewed him. Great guy. Had a lot of fun talking with him and talking about the events of other military members have had with supernatural and paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's someone ironically had tried to pass off evidence of one thing as evidence of another. I'm not sure what he means there. These images are from Australia and depict a supposed Yowie in Queensland. At Mrs. The Point covered this, and whilst it's sad that someone tried to pass it off as something else, it's still a cool photo and creepy evidence of another legend. So apparently what I'm taking from this is somebody was trying to pass it off as Bigfoot in America. I've run this through AI Detector and ChatGPT and Grok, all saying it's not AI. So your guess is as good as mine. What do you guys think? Fact or what? Great. So somebody must have been passing it off as the Smoky Mountains, because it used to be a hashtag and then he removed that. So I think. But at any rate, I don't know. Is there another image? Oh, there's the full-size image. And this is it back here, if it catches up on your computer. And then there's, it's like looking at the person.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a little double creepy. Look at that face. Ooh.
Yeah.
So this one's looking to the side. But look at the arms do look long. They look pretty long. Like down to knees. This one is a little different. But that looks really creepy. All right, so what are we looking at here, guys? Even though it was misrepresented as something in America, apparently it was from Australia. Is believed to be a Yowie. What do you think? 0.75 from Annie Manuel. Vince says, hi, Sheldon.
Hey, Vincent.
Maggie's at 0.75, representing the Australian vote. What do you say, Aussie? Looking for your feedback because you're Australian as well.
Yeah.
Second picks is like Insidious. Yeah, it is. Unknown says AI, but Nick Orton says he's looked and ran it through all the AI platforms he could, and they all didn't pick it up as AI. What do we got? 0.5 from Rachel gets it right. 0.5 from Timothman. 1 from Wizard Moon. Aussie's halfway there. Karen's not buying this one. That humanoid face is creepy. It is. That's really creepy. 0.5 from Michelle Wolfong. Neil's giving it a 0.5. Adventures with Beth. 0.25 from Pixie Ranger. The face looks so strange. Blues Chick says, Yeshua's halfway there. Vince is not buying this. Hoggle's halfway there. Blue Cruise is all in. Werewolf, halfway. Hard to tell on my phone. Give it a 0.5. Sure enough. 0.3 from 24 Vampire Man. And Chucky says Puckwudgie. That's an interesting take. I guess it could be. 0.5 is Blues Chick. Okay. And what do we got over on Rumble? Barbara Moore is all in. Does look like a chimp. Yikes. Giving it a 1. Dog Digger gave it 0.75, or is that from last? No, that I think that's one. 1 from Barbara, 0.75 from Car Juice. But the face doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. That's, I don't know. Those are 2 different images though. So, oh no, those are the posts. It must be the same creature, right? There's the post. And go to the next picture. Post.
Yeah, the post is still there. Yeah.
Yep. So it is the same. It looks like it just was looking more sideways and then kind of went, oh, you're there? And looked.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's what was looking.
Yep.
Oof. Interesting moment.
Jeez.
What would you do? What would you do? Jane BB says, should probably need to ask Gary Lynn from Yowie Central. Gary's a good friend, yeah. Or Sarah, or Dean Harrison from Australia Yowie Research. Any of those guys would be great to run this by, but maybe they would know more about the source of this as well. Because all we got is that it's from Australia, but from Queensland as well, which I think is all of their stomping grounds. Well, maybe not Sarah's. Sarah's more south, I think, but I think it's Gary and Dean's area up in Queensland. I think I'm kind of challenged geographically for Australia. I don't know. I don't know where anything is, really. Not even me. Where am I? I don't even know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think it's a pretty good picture. I think, a lot of times you go, oh, the arms are too short or whatever, but those arms are just right to be what we would consider the Sasquatch. Could be a juvenile, very juvenile one, or a Yowie. Yowies are, the interesting thing is a lot of American Sasquatch have the conical heads, the cone-like head. But one of the features of Yowies that's real consistent is this rounded top of the head. So that is one biological disparity between the Yowie and the Sasquatch or Bigfoot. But interesting. There are a round-headed Bigfoot reported here as well. But it is interesting that a lot of the Yowies are reported as having rounded heads like this.
Oh.
Cool, though. Thank you, Chucky, for sending. Jesus. Whoa, that's loud.
Oh, my God, that scared me. Okay.
Speaking of AI.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
Oh, yep.
What do you think? Yeah. Is this real, guys? Let's have a look. I'm going to actually turn the sound way down. That was obnoxious. It's obnoxiously loud. Says they caught this in Ohio. Is this real or fake? You be the judge. Here we go.
Whoa, hold it.
We actually caught it. What is that?
Oh my God. Keep it down, keep it. Whoa. Is this real or what?
Get rid of the sound. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
I will say really clearly AI. And
Very
then
clearly.
I would also say, thank God.
Also, that's good that it is. Yes.
Yes. Also, thank God it's clearly AI, because that's creepy as hell. That's a horrible looking thing. I don't want to ever see that. But in AI, it's fine. A lot is wrong with this. Obviously, the way the people are just, I don't know, they're just grabbing the cage like they're doing something. Apparently, the woman is talking, but her mouth never seems to move. And they're all glancing off into space in a weird way. This guy's not even, he's like looking this way. It's like he's trying to look down her blouse or something, man. He's not, he doesn't have his head in the game at all. He's not even focused. He should be looking down here. But this guy.
What's going on with the rocks in the bottom right?
Oh, I think that's covering a watermark. Like somebody had a watermark there and somebody's muddied it up. So, yeah, this is fake. I don't think we need to vote because not real. Just not real.
That's easy. That's
easy enough. Easy enough, folks. But there you have it. This has been What the Hell's That?
The hell is that?
That's what it is. I don't know. We only got a little bit of time left, but Brent, do Gollum captured?
Oh, could easily switch that up.
Yeah, we could just change it. Make it Gollum. That would be funny.
Yeah.
There for sure would have to be a follow-up story. Yeah. Curse you AI, says Yeshua. Yeah. Not real, but it was startling. It is, and it's creepy. Yeah, it's creepy, but, you know, horror movies aren't real, but they're still disturbing as hell.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Remember, if you're still hanging out after the portal, you got to go hang out with Dave Scott on Spaced Out Radio. Dave's a great guy and does a hell of a show. And he's a dear friend as well. So give him your love and support. I've got like a throat gurgle going on. It's like, I don't know how I did that. It was almost like Tibetan throat singing there for a second.
Oh, jeez.
I love that sound of that. That's really cool. But all right. Does look like a chimp. All right. All right, here we go. It's time for the last segment because it's time to take a peek into the dark places as we enter the cryptid corner. There it is. There it
Even though
is.
that last video was AI, that's kind of what I would expect a rake to kind of look like, except bigger.
Yeah, and a small version of that is nightmare fuel. Could you imagine if it was man size?
Oh, nope. I don't want to.
Nope. Boil your mash and stick them in the stew. Taters? What's taters? Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's just feeding off of Chucky there in the chat. So
Yeah.
it's time to get to the what the hell or cryptid corner. What the hell is the cryptid corner? That's the new segment on the show. I just made it up now. All right. It's easiest to transition into Homer voices than any of the others. Some of them I have to really get louder to pull it off. And yeah, so it takes a little more prep. All right. We are going to get to this one from Sasquatch Chronicles. January 2nd, as a matter of fact, listener email. And it's good size. We're going to probably go into a little bit of overtime here. A little bit of overtime, so we better get to it. And I'm going to have to cut into Dave Scott's time a little bit, but you guys know where to go. After you're done with the portal, head over to Dave Scott. Here we go. Here it is. Cryptid Corner time. Sasquatch Chronicles blog. Thank you, Wes, for giving us love. Not only do you give us body counts in War Thunder, but you also let us use it.
Yeah.
Let us use your articles. January 2nd, strange situation deep in the Adirondacks. A listener writes, this experience happened during an autumn fishing trip for brook trout in one of the most isolated regions of the Adirondack Mountains. To reach this area is no small task. I'm just watching to see if Wes pops up.
Yep.
To reach this area is no small task. At first, you have to cross a reservoir by boat, an 8-mile ride across the water that itself lies nearly 40 miles from the nearest town. Once across, you reach the trailhead, and from there, the route winds past a series of ponds deeper into the wilderness. The first leg is a 1.2-mile hike to the first lake. From there, you can either hike around it or paddle straight across. My fishing partner and I use Kevlar/carbon fiber canoes. Ooh, aren't you fancy? Light enough to carry, so if weather allows, we paddle the lake instead. That lake is roughly 2 miles long, and after taking it out on the far side, the trail continues another 1.5 miles into the Five Ponds wilderness. At the second lake, the trail turns north and becomes more of a bushwhack through old-growth timber with mountains rising on both sides. That stretches another 2 miles, heading deeper into the wilderness until you finally get to the destination lake, and this area is considered one of the 3 most isolated locations in the entire Adirondack Park relative to civilization. It's an absolutely stunning place, completely secluded, ringed by mountains with water that looks glacial and holds trophy class brook trout. It's one of my favorite places on earth. We arrived around mid-morning the first day and immediately started fishing. And we caught plenty of fish, and everything felt normal. As evening approached, we gathered firewood, set up our tents, cooked dinner, and sat around talking. Well, at one point, I stood up and did a Bigfoot call, followed by a loud tree knock. It was something we used to do as a joke in less remote areas to mess with other campers. My buddy laughed, and we turned in for the night. Aw, thank you, Maggie. Red heart.
Oh, Maggie.
Thank you. Sometime in the middle of the night, we were jolted awake by the sound of a large tree falling not that far from camp. It scared the hell out of us. The night was completely calm, no wind at all. What struck us immediately was the silence. No peeper frogs, no wood frogs, no loons on the lake, no breeze, just absolute stillness. It felt wrong. We stayed in our tent till around 4:30 a.m. when we were awakened again, and this time by a rhythmic pounding like something repeatedly striking a tree. The hits were forceful, evenly spaced about every 3 seconds. It continued steadily until after sunrise, coming from the direction of the trailhead. We tried to rationalize it, and I suggested a woodpecker, though I didn't believe it, and then I floated the idea that maybe 2 moose were sparring since it was close to the rut, but neither of us bought that either. The consistency and power of the blows didn't feel natural. It also made us rethink the fallen tree from earlier. I wondered if it could have been a beaver since they're nocturnal and nearby ponds were close, but none of it really added up. We eventually got moving, launched the canoes, and spent the day fishing. We practice catch and release unless a fish is mortally wounded, which unfortunately happened that day. We kept that fish, cooked it for dinner, and then went back out on the water until dark. As we paddled back to camp at twilight, I noticed what looked like a dark shape, partially concealed, behind a massive old-growth pine that leaned out over the lake. It was nearly night and the woods were pitch black, but whatever this was appeared darker than the surrounding darkness. I chalked it up to my imagination and just kept paddling. Later, as we're getting ready to crawl into our tents, I noticed lights hovering over the lake. I'd seen these before on a few occasions. There was one main light above the water, and smaller lights would split off from it, drifting away on either side, and eventually the main light dimmed and the smaller lights faded out entirely. I'll be honest, I'm terrified of aliens, and having seen unexplained things before, I was already on edge. Lying in my tent, I suddenly felt heavy thuds on the ground. I yelled to Casey and grabbed my headlamp, assuming a black bear had wandered into camp. When I stepped out, I found a snowshoe hare at my feet. Oh, wow. This is the largest hare I've ever seen, and it showed absolutely no fear. It hopped right up to me and just sat there, right next to my boots. We couldn't understand why a wild animal would act that way. It was as if it was just seeking shelter. The hare stayed by the fire with us like it was an old friend. Eventually, I went back to the tent and left it there by the fire. Later that night, another tree fell nearby. We lay in our tents talking quietly about it before eventually just drifting off. Once again, near dawn, the tree pounding started, same cadence, same duration, continuing until the sun came up. Well, that day we headed to the north end of the lake where a massive dome-shaped mountain rises with cliffs and sweeping views. The end of that lake acts like a natural amphitheater. Casey decided to hike up the mountain to try to get cell service and check the weather for our departure. Well, the climb is brutal and you have to crawl on your hands and feet for much of it. The mountain rises about 3,000 feet with sections that feel nearly vertical. On the backside is an exposed cliff overlooking other ponds, and that's where you can sometimes get fleeting reception. While Casey was climbing and calling his wife, I stayed behind fishing along the opposite shoreline, parallel to the mountain. At one point, I saw trees moving on the slope and assumed it was him. I yelled out his nickname. Is that you, Poop? Nickname's Poop? Are these guys really friends? What answered me was one of the most nerve-wracking sounds I've ever heard. A blood-curdling scream that sounded like a woman being murdered, assaulted, and losing a child all at once. I know that sounds extreme, but it's the only way I can describe it. Worse still, whatever made that sound was moving fast, crashing through trees and running across terrain so steep we'd had to crawl up it earlier. The scream shook me to my core. I was convinced Casey was dying. I gathered myself and paddled hard towards the sound, yelling his name. No response, and eventually he came down the mountain. I confronted him, telling him not to mess around like that. I thought he was in serious trouble. He looked at me completely confused and said, "What the hell are you talking about?" He told me he'd been on the far side of the mountain facing another pond. He heard something faint but assumed I'd hooked a big brook trout and was yelling in excitement. That night was deeply unsettling. The woods felt wrong, unnaturally silent. It sounded like people talking at the far end of the pond, always just out of earshot, followed by faint, distant screams throughout the night. Morning just couldn't come fast enough. We woke again to the same rhythmic tree pounding. This time, I decided to investigate, and I headed towards the sound, crossing a creek and climbing a nearby hill, and as soon as I reached the area where I believed it was coming from, it stopped instantly. Man, it's got some courage. Well, that was it. I packed my gear and canoe, and we got out of there. About a half mile down the trail on our way out, we passed through a muddy stretch between two hills, and in the middle of the mud pit, about 20 feet long and 12 feet wide, was a single, distant footprint. It looked as if something had stepped straight down in the mud from the hillside and climbed back out on the other side. I took a video which later lost and then misplaced the SD card, which I did save a screenshot that I still have. Inside the print was a mature beech leaf, typically 3 to 5 inches long, placing the track somewhere between 12 and 15 inches in length. I don't know what was going on out there. I've spent my entire life in the woods, often solo, and had been to that lake many times before without issue. I've only returned once since in 2018. Other are hardcore backcountry anglers I know have mentioned strange feelings in that area, though nothing is intense. This wasn't the odd experience I've had in that wilderness either. Another incident occurred even deeper in the Five Ponds wilderness among untouched old-growth forests, stranger still. You couldn't pay me to hike the one way, 11 plus miles back in there again. Something is going on in that section of the Adirondacks, and I've often heard stories from others that only reinforce that feeling. As a final oddity on our way out that day, Casey and I ran into 2 armed military personnel carrying AR-style rifles. Well, they were friendly, walked us back to their camp, showed us around, and then escorted us partway before continuing to our vehicle. The whole experience was strange, start to finish, and it stayed with me ever since. Why would there just be militarily armed people out there?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's plenty weird. Wow. Cool story, though. That's fascinating. I don't know. But you know what I do know? We're 5 minutes over, Sheldon. Tell people what they need to do.
Well, guys, what you need to do, as Dad so presently said, is got to get over to paranormalportal.net, the home base for the Paranormal Portal, where you can always stay up to date on new releases, such as the podcast or when he's going live. Mm-hmm. And don't forget, too, if you have an amazing story to share, there's the interview me button right there. Schedule your very own time and day and have your interview, share your stories.
Amen.
And also, discord.gg/paranormalportal is the home base for the community to talk and share ideas and share links all in one place. Paranormalportal.gg.
Discord.gg/paranormalportal.
Oh, discord.gg/paranormalportal.
There we go.
That's right.
It's in the links over next to Sheldon. It's just about gone, but you know the drill. It's in the description of the show down below. So, and that's all there's time for tonight. Go head over and hang out with Dave Scott, Spaced Out Radio, going for 3 full hours tonight. So don't miss it. But that's it for us. We love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day. Remember to laugh as much as you can. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
That's it. Rolling the credits.
Rolling.